Gary County Council. Let's give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations on your inauguration today. This is your day. I know we have a long journey ahead of us, but I pledge my commitment to working with you and to seek common ground on behalf of the great people of the city of Gary. And to Mayor Jerome Prince and his lovely wife, Deanna. I want to thank you both for your service and sacrifice to this city. You led this city honorably and gracefully, and for that we owe an enormous amount of gratitude for your service. And I also see my friend here, Karen Freeman Wilson, on stage today as well. We thank her for her service to the city. Thank you. Lastly, I want to thank the great people of the city of Gary, Indiana. Thank you for entrusting me to serve as the 22nd mayor of the city. My family and my community are my strength and my support. I am an individual in this world, but I am a member of a collective family and of a collective community. The people who know me and the people who raised me help shape me and understand the world that I know today. And they help me along throughout this journey. They are to me what good soil is to a budding plant or a budding flower. My roots are strong in this community, and I grow tall, and I appreciate the opportunities because of that support. So I thank you all for that love and support. And since we quote scriptures, turn to your Bible to Corinthians 12:26. And it says, if one member suffers, all suffer together with it. If one member is honored, all rejoice together with it. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone. God bless you, and God bless the greater Gary citizens.
Well, all right. A new era, a new political era here in the city of Gary, Indiana, in the county of Lake. Yes, at the Westside Leadership Academy on Saturday, our new mayor, Eddie Melton, was sworn in as Gary's 22nd mayor. Hundreds of people filled the high school's auditorium to see the incoming mayor, surrounded by his wife and him being sworn in by Lake County Prosecutor Bernard Carter. Additionally, members of the Gary Common Council and other city officials, including the new police and fire chiefs, each took the oath of office, and they officially took office on January the 1st. So new year, new regime. Yes. The new police chief of the city of Gary will be Derek Cannon Sr. No relation. Okay. I wish it was. If there was a relation, I'd be committing all the crime right now. You know, trying to just test how much familial support I could get. But no, I am not related to the new police chief, Derek Cannon Sr., that I know of. I will be looking into that, though, because there are a lot of crimes I'm looking forward to committing. Yes. Mostly small and petty stuff, of course. I don't want to kill anybody or anything, but, you know, just saying, you know. But I'm sure whoever Police Chief Cannon is, he's a very honorable man and would not even let his family members get away with small, petty crimes. He is a 24-year veteran of the Gary Police Department. He is replacing Anthony Titus, who was named the police chief at the end of June. Larry Tillman II is coming in as the fire chief. He's an 18-year veteran of the department and is currently the president of the Gary Firefighters Association, Local 359. He is replacing Mark Terry, who took over as the chief at the beginning of August. Also, we saw Miss Akila McCain removed from the Gary School Board by our new mayor, Eddie Melton. Mrs. McCain was notified of her removal effective December 31st in a letter sent to her last Thursday. That's cold as ice right there. You know, they wished her the best in her future endeavors. Yes. Obviously, she was the wife of outgoing Deputy Mayor Trent McCain and previously served on the now defunct Gary Schools Advisory Board. She had also served as the president of the Gary Public Library Board. She was obviously selected and served on the new school board by Mayor Jerome Prince in June. The 5-member board that was established by Senate Enrolled Act 327, which was signed by Governor Eric Holcomb in mayors, and it actually essentially gives the mayor and the Gary Common Council each an appointment, while the Indiana Secretary of Education gets 3 picks. I'm not sure I like that, but that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. The council chose Vanessa Allen McLeod, while Secretary of Education Katie Jenner selected Michael Suggs, Danita Johnson, and Shantrey Irving. Melton has announced that he is appointing Glenn Johnson to the school board. Johnson is an IT consulting executive and previously served on the Lake Ridge School Board, including 9 years as the board president. So that's great. Now, in his speech, Melton committed his incoming administration to improving the city's finances, which is something I'm sure we all agree that is needed, especially how things have gone the last decade here in the city. He wants to provide basic services, fight illegal dumping, wants to repair and maintain street lights, and pursue a better educational system. I'm with him with all that. I'm right there with you, brother. He also emphasized the need to work with local, state, and federal partners to stand with Steel City, calling on individuals such as the U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg to help grow the Gary-Chicago International Airport, and Governor Eric Holcomb to open up the state's surpluses to invest in the city's school system. Prior to being sworn in, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and U.S. Representative Frank Mervan provided their remarks and introduced the new mayor. Hogsett quoted Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., noting the challenges and controversies city leaders currently face, but assured that Mayor Melton was up to the challenge. State Rep Mervan urged residents to unite behind the new mayor to do greatness for the city of Gary. I agree. He also stated that while we need hope, we also need resources, which is true as well. Following the swearing-in ceremonies, attendees crowded outside the auditorium for a meet and greet with the new mayor, which included a photo op with him. Now, one of the first things that's a product of the Melton administration is the Gary Common Council. I saw this the other day. The Gary Common Council is granting residency waivers for members of Melton's new leadership team. Now, he introduced 3 employment-related pieces of legislation during the Tuesday night council meeting. 2 of these ordinances were residency waivers, one for his executive assistant and another for his chief of staff. According to the city ordinance, which was first enacted in 1976, and amended in 2018, city employees must live within the city of Gary. Police officers and firefighters are excluded from the ordinance per state law. However, The ordinance allows the administration to go before the council and seek a waiver. Mayor Melton asked that the residency requirements be waived for Marshall Hardison, who lives in Porter County, and Ellis Dumas, who was born in Gary but now lives in the city of Maryville. The council voted to suspend these rules and consider residency waivers on all three readings. Both waivers were unanimously approved. He plans on hiring Hardison as his executive assistant. Hardison previously worked with Melton as an administrative assistant at NIPSCO, and up until recently, Melton himself was NIPSCO's manager of corporate citizen and community relations. Melton has tapped Dumas to become his chief of staff. Dumas is currently transitioning out of his role as vice president of programs and outcomes with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Northwest Indiana. So congratulations to Mayor Melton and everyone in his administration and the Gary Common Council. I'm not sure how I feel about these waivers that were. I want to hear what you guys think. First and foremost, I want to hear what you guys think. 219-885-1371. That number again, 219-885-1371. I am not sure that I agree with the idea of waiving the ordinance that says that employees of the city must live within Gary. Why can't they live in Gary? You know, what is the incentive to make Gary a better place if you don't live here? So I'm not sure I agree with that. I think that there's more than enough qualified people here in the city of Gary, or if somebody wants to work for the city of Gary, they should live here. They should live here. They should be of this community. They should be from this community. And so I'm a little bit hesitant to embrace that. I have big hopes for Mayor Melton. I really do. I like that he's a younger guy with younger ideas, newer ideas, fresher ideas to change things from the status quo. I genuinely hope that he sticks to his sort of new school mentality, because look, Gary is a city that is very entrenched in the old ways. You know, that's why a lot of people for many years stayed on the Common Council for decades and decades and decades. A lot of things are very much about maintaining a status quo that benefits a small class of people that sort of sticks around forever and maintains power forever. So I hope Mayor Melton is sort of the first symbol of that changing. I fully support that. But I do think that city employees should live here in the city. They should be from here. They should live here. Okay? I've never been a big fan of this idea that is perpetuated by many that Gary does not have qualified people. We have plenty of qualified people in this city for all kinds of jobs. We have lots of people. I mean, being here at WLTH for almost a decade now, I've met so many people here in the city of Gary that I had no idea were living here in this city. So many people who are doing things and engaged in things and involved in things around the community, and not just here at WLTH, working with the United Urban Network Incorporated. So many of you I've had the chance to meet over the years. So many of you people are intelligent. You're qualified. You're not criminals. You're not all criminals with criminal records. You're not criminally insane. There's enough of you around here, I believe, to make up any administration or any board. And so that's one of the reasons why I didn't necessarily care for the whole, the state gets to choose people on your appointed board. No, I'm not a big fan of Senate Enrolled Act 327. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think that the Indiana Secretary of Education knows what the children and what the young people of Gary, Indiana need more than people in Gary, Indiana. And so I'm not a big fan of that, but I don't want to bring any negativity whatsoever to this new administration. At all. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the mayor knows what he's doing. I voted for him when he was downstate, and I was more than happy and satisfied with the job he's doing there. Hopefully he will do a great job as the mayor of the city of Gary, and I look forward to a new political era here in the city of Gary. But what do you think? I want to hear from you guys. 219-885-1371. That number again, 219-885-1371. What do you think of the new political era here in the city of Gary? When we get back, we're going to talk about an anniversary of the greatest slave revolt in history. It is a historic anniversary. Please stick with us. We'll be right back.